Okay.
Huh?
So we're alive. At the end of the last episode, we were under siege, weren't we, lads? Which was appropriate because we talked about Israel and Palestine.
But I thought it was connected.
Yeah. Well, the kids were throwing stones at. Well, actually, it was the shop next door, but they were hitting Tom's shop. Collateral damage.
Yeah, the problem is definitely with the shop next door.
Oh, they hate the shop next door.
Yeah.
We couldn't see, so like, I was just like, lift the shutters up, Tom. When I was like a hero, wasn't I? Really, last week.
You went out there full on, like
full on
scouser.
Yeah. Got my upbringing right.
Yeah, ready for a fight. Yeah.
Well, I'm just not having them do. I could see the fear
and
in
I
your eyes,
thought,
Tom,
well,
and I thought I'll protect.
I thought, yeah, let him go and do that.
Yeah. Well, to be fair, that's risky from you because I could have just brought a whole heap of shit towards your shop.
Yeah, to be honest, I was quite surprised at how they were definitely. It was definitely not me that they had a problem with.
Yeah.
Because I just thought I know they've got a problem with next door, but I thought it's anything that can take.
Anyone's a target.
Yeah. Yeah. Anything that can have will do. So when they were like, oh no, mate, mate, it's not you, and then we were like, well, stop moving my bin then.
Yeah, I told them straight, didn't I? These kids.
Has it been moved since that night?
Bin ain't moved, has it?
No, the bin hasn't moved.
I keep looking
when
I'm taking Isaac to school. I'm like, still.
I liked the fact that we're going, no, mate, not your, no, it's not. We're not moving your bin. We're not moving your bin. And then they were like, "Is that your bin? Is it?"
Yeah. I said to him, if that bin's anywhere else than where it should be, you're going to put it back, aren't you?
They're quite imaginative with where they put it though, because they put it out on the verge outside. They've been just pushing it into the road, into the cars. Yeah,
these kids are feral. We haven't explained this, have we?
Yeah.
These kids just stand in the road and stop traffic. It's like a busy road out there.
They're kind of feral, but there's been better gangs in the past.
They're not a good gang, but they don't seem to care.
No, there's definitely been better gangs in the past, like more scarier, more vicious in the past.
Well, half of them are like just angry little girls, aren't they?
they are girls, aren't they? They're the scary ones.
Yeah, they're the ringleader's the big girl. She's the king of the group.
Yeah, she is. And she's been causing mayhem.
When I was trying to talk to them, they were like, well, you have to talk to the elected leader of the group, which is this girl. She was telling me she's been expelled, so why should she care about anything? What's the point?
Well,
good point. Kill yourself.
She'll probably just go to prison, won't she?
Yeah.
She'll quite like that, won't she?
Yeah. Did you see that guy who came out?
Oh, yeah.
This guy comes out of the shop. Did you hear about this, Joe? And starts going to me, why are you hanging around with these kids? I was like, why are you encouraging these kids to
When I was
shop?
leaving, I walked past and that guy was saying to the shopkeepers, what's that guy with glasses doing with them? What's that guy? And I was like, fuck this, see you later.
I'm going. I didn't notice Joe just went.
Like trying to just cause mayhem, getting these kids, like Fagin. You're like Fagin.
Yeah, that's what I was clearly doing.
He wanted to scrap. He wanted to scrap with you.
Joe, I laughed. I was like, what? You think I'm here, like, hanging around with these kids? I was like, I'm fucking telling them to stop it. I went to one of the kids, what am I saying to you? Like, he was like, to stop it. I was like, what do you think I'm hanging around with a bunch of kids for?
And then he was like, oh, I've been to prison.
Yeah, that's the thing.
I've been to prison.
He was trying to, like, teach these kids like that, like, go to prison a couple of times and then realise you shouldn't act like that. It's like, your message is shit here, mate.
No, but I was glad they, as I say, the bin hasn't moved since, and I feel
more like
I feel
misfired
safer.
stones.
Nah, I haven't heard or seen anything. They reckon that next door are just causing bother just for the hell of it with them, but they're not, because they're just obviously just robbing from the shop.
Well, these kids were saying to me,
clearly.
these kids were saying to me, yeah, but he throws eggs back and stuff, and I was like, well, don't fucking like. Just don't do it. Don't wind him up. And they were like, nah, I'm saying, like, I love it. He gets so wound up. Like, we love getting the reaction out of him.
Because they do.
Drugs. Saying they would outright.
I've done it as a kid where I've, like, kind of, you've antagonised someone so they chase you.
Yeah.
Like,
Get in a legger.
But they were a bit more extreme. And like when we were talking to them, they were still throwing the stones.
Yeah.
They were like trying to listen in one ear.
Why.
In one ear, they were listening.
Hang on, mate. Good opportunity here. That's probably why that guy thought was hanging around with them.
Yeah.
I was saying, though, every time they threw one, I was saying, stop it. I'm not going to get myself stabbed. I'm not going to like die from one of these kids, am I?
No, but they're a little bit lame. I don't know them, any of them really. None of them come in the shop anyway.
No, I see
I know them from.
They're probably
outside.
these kids. They're going down cuts for you, aren't they? That's where they're going.
You've outpriced them.
I don't know where. Yeah.
No, they'd rather go to cuts for you.
But I've seen them running off with stuff from the front. You know what I mean? Like bottles. In the summer, you had water bottles,
watermelon,
and I've seen them running off with water and going and because they're really racist as well to them, aren't they?
Who are they?
Didn't you hear them being racist?
No, I didn't hear any of that.
They're being really, really racist to them as well. So they nick stuff, they run off with stuff from the front, and they're like
They don't give a fuck, these kids, do they? Like, they definitely don't care.
But as I say, there hasn't been like too many like feral gangs for a long time. So there was one that was terrible. And I remember them smashing up next door's shop just in the middle of the day.
Wasn't Lee Sutton part of that? Like, wasn't that his youth? He was like there were those.
No, he wasn't.
Feral.
No, it's a different.
We'll have to beep that name again.
He was a little bit. He was a bit older. When they were sort of doing that, he was a little bit older. He wasn't necessarily part of that gang, but they smashed the shop up next door just in the middle of the day while they waited for me to cut one of their friends' hair. So someone's in the chair, one of their mates in the chair. They're waiting outside, and obviously they're getting bored because this is when it was walking, so it took ages. And so they smashed the door in. Next door, the girl had locked the door, smashed the door in.
What was it?
Went in, smashed the shop up while they were waiting in the middle of the day on a Saturday.
Yeah, as you do. And I'd imagine you just thought, "Fuck, they'll do that to my shop. I'll just carry on putting this lad's hair." That's fine.
And they used to get them where they'd come in. Because the thing was, they caused terror for us all, but they liked me cutting their hair. But they couldn't. So they'd come in, they'd sit down, have the haircut, and you could see them getting like agitated, and then they'd be like, as they'd leave, I'd show them the haircut. Yeah, thanks, mate. And then as they'd leave, they'd like grab my mirror off the thing and just throw it on the floor. Throw it on the floor. Like they had to do something because it was like this guy's just going to think I'm quite a civil, normal guy, and I'm not. Yeah. I'm insane. Yeah. So they just have to smash a little bit of something or just
spit.
Throw something on the floor, yeah. And then they go out to their mates and be like, yeah, and then I'll go, ah!
He takes it every time, the little bitch.
Yeah, really, 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 really hard. But in the end, they got done. The police got involved, and what they did was they threatened the parents with having the houses took off them.
Right. Move you somewhere else.
Yeah.
Someone else's problem.
So they then said that they couldn't be within a certain circumference of the shop. I mean, I used to see them over the road and that, but I wasn't just going to be on to the police going, I could see them.
Yeah.
As long as they weren't doing anything. It wasn't right. And then at one point, I tried to set up a thing where, like, I thought, because these kids were just completely feral, and I thought they're going nowhere in life, and I thought it might be a good idea to
start a youth club.
To teach them some hairdressing.
Yeah. Oh, right, yeah.
So we tried to speak to the police about this and like whether we could set up some kind of, so it would be kind of a secure environment. We even spoke to the local Labour MP, and nobody would have any of it.
Really?
No one
Not
would have
helping
it.
these kids.
No, but I would have given my time. I didn't want anything for it. I was giving my time.
More
Teach
like
them some
Jimmy Savile, just wanting the
and
adulation.
maybe I could have had them
weren't
working
you?
in there and this and that. I was
For free.
Yeah, I just thought I'd try and sort of, like do something for them, but nobody wanted to know. especially the kids.
This is the problem, Tom. They kept when we asked them, they said they didn't fucking want to do it.
But I tried. I thought it was Jamie Oliver,
nice
I
of
think,
you.
when he did that 15 thing.
Yeah. How many 4 kids was it? Like, you could have done like
Yeah.
a little a reality show and got it down to the grade 1.
Yeah.
Like the last grade 1.
Yeah, but saying that, because it was quite late, much later, we might get it again, mightn't we? They might start smashing up the shop
These
again.
kids.
Maybe they're probably having... I'd say having a dinner, having a pack of crisps
Yeah,
or something.
Grabbing something out of the bin. They're just robbing some confectionery from the shop next door.
But I'm wondering if we'll hear it again. It could become like a weekly segment, couldn't it?
Why have I bloody told you, kids?
And we should get them in, couldn't we?
Yeah.
To explain
I thought
themselves
that
on the
we could
podcast.
say,
That'd be
like,
brilliant.
So do you want to
wouldn't
talk to us and we tell us about your strifes and why you've already given up on life at 14? Like, I thought the same. It'd make an excellent addition to the podcast. But then I started to think like, well, you wouldn't dare bring them all in at once. That's risky. But then you don't really want to sort of be like, does one of you want to come in the shop with us? So I thought, no, we'll knock that on the head straight away.
Yeah.
Which lucky one?
You can come in.
Come here.
Yeah, no, that is like Savile. Or you can be on my podcast if you like.
That's what I was trying to do with that charitable,
Yeah, I
doing the
know,
hair. Because
I know.
it's a whole Jimmy
Just trying
Savile
to
thing.
get access to kids.
Yeah. They'll
Kids-
never
kids
believe it
with
was
a bad
me.
reputation, so no one believes what they say. That's exactly
Getting the
what Tom was
police
gonna
and the MPs on board was nice. Well.
yeah. I've covered all the bases.
No, not him. He's trying to help.
Yeah. At best, balance his checkbook.
Yeah. So I'm glad we've
Well,
explained.
dealt with that. Nip that straight in the bud, didn't we? Basically.
Yeah, we did.
One quick shout at him, sorted. Full respect. One of them even said, "Nah, leave him alone. He's safe."
Weren't you doing? Weren't you safe? No? Weren't you doing that?
Yeah,
with
when
them?
I was going, I was like, you got to keep these kids on side. I don't want to get stabbed. I'm trying to get them to stop. I wasn't that bothered about them stopping entirely, you see.
Okay.
I don't mind if they throw stones at next door. I didn't want them throwing stones at Tom's shop. So we thought you can pitch it a bit less then, can't you? Just be safe to us.
I do feel bad for next door, though,
Well,
to be fair.
shouldn't throw eggs at 14-year-olds and not think they're going to love the reaction. You can't lose your shit, or they're just going to go for it, aren't they?
I've never seen that happen.
They told me, like, not that that's why he's in the wrong, just that's why they do it, because they love it. When he gets that angry, he starts retaliating. I did tell him that afterwards. Said that those kids are telling me they love it when you react. So my advice is don't react.
Yeah.
You didn't react, did you? Just quivering behind your shutters. Left them to it, didn't you?
I did,
So
yeah, I
when
did.
When you did say, leave me alone, they're like, fair enough.
Yeah. I was. I definitely left it to you. You're from the neighbourhood, aren't
And
you?
I used to be quite a naughty kid myself, so I know how to just cheeky more than like, not throwing stones at shops. Not that bad. I know a bit about being a cheeky teenager.
Well, so do I.
Yeah.
But they're different now, aren't they? Get stabbed
It's
up
the
now,
knives in it.
It's
Literally,
stabbed
it is. It's the knives. Like everyone's worried they're going to have a knife on them nowadays, and most of them probably do.
Yeah, I don't know. Do you think any of them have got a knife on them?
No, well, they were
Not yet.
stones in it. Just like Einstein said, World War IV is going to be fought with sticks and stones, which is what those kids are doing.
Yeah, they're ahead of us. They're ahead of us.
Stones or eggs, and apparently not sticks.
Yeah. Well, anyway, that's finished. So I'm glad
You had
they-
a traumatic week, didn't you? Like first that, and then
and then fucking Matthew Perry died.
poor Matthew Perry.
Which, like, it was funny actually because whenever a celebrity dies, we straight in our WhatsApp group and we
Did
making
anyone
jokes.
have that? Oh,
Making
I thought you were
jokes.
talking about your death part. Yeah, go on.
I quickly saw it. Woke up in the morning, quickly saw it. Went straight in the WhatsApp group. told a joke about it.
You did?
Yeah. And then I burst into tears.
Right, just get this out quickly, like.
Yeah. Well, it just then hit me. And then I was obviously on TikTok scrolling through suddenly it was showing, all it was showing me was Matthew Perry videos that people had made. And I cried, couldn't stop. Then when we went on holiday on the Sunday, and when we got there, held it together. When we got there, I carried on watching the videos, kept crying, and then through most of the next day, I kept crying, and then I was over it.
Is it only took you that long?
But never, no. But I've never ever had that grief reaction over somebody I've never ever met. I was quite upset when Michael Jackson died. I was quite upset when Prince died, but I was quite upset when Amy Winehouse died. But like when he died, I've never had that for just a celebrity.
I felt sorry for him, when you started reading the stories.
Yeah,
like because he's obviously seemed to have a lot of self-doubt and stuff. You thought, he does seem like a nice man.
He does seem like a nice man. Not unlike his character in the show.
Seemed
really,
entirely like it.
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
I'm full of misery, so I'm just going for laughs.
Yeah, yeah.
And I can relate.
But because I watch Friends every single solitary day.
Yeah, I remember you talking before.
2, 3, 4, 5,
Friends
6 episodes. I walk around the house with it on my phone.
You said that before. Yeah.
Because even if I'm not watching it, I have to hear it because
they are your
it's just
friends,
it's like a comfort blanket to me. Like suddenly when it was like it was like one of my family.
Oh,
in fact,
got that impression.
It was just really, really, really weird, really, really odd. I've obviously laughed at him every day for fucking how long? Like a long, long time. I've probably not since it started because obviously it was only on weekly, wasn't it then? But
yeah, of course. But since the era of streaming,
well,
yeah. My brother, where he was fucking Friends mental. Joe already knows.
Was it?
Yeah, he was Friends mental growing up. So every time he'd try and he'd go and knock on neighbours' doors asking them if he could clean their car out so he could buy Friends VHSs.
VHS.
So what age was this?
Oh, he would have been probably, I don't know, 14, 15. He was obsessed. He spent a long time building up this collection, so probably most his teens.
Yeah, I had the collection.
And he had all the VHS. He had, them big IKEA, one of them full of just Friends VHS.
Really?
He was obsessed with watching Friends, and I remember me and my mate watched some once and then started quoting it, and he was like, "You can't quote it. They're my VHSs."
Wow, I've got. I don't know your brother, but I've got a lot of respect for him now.
He loved it.
I saw him. I was in your house once and walked in the front room, and he was just sitting there with the remote control, flicking it, going Chandler Bing, Chandler Bing, Chandler Bing. I don't know what that means, but he was Chandler's. Yeah, he was just obsessed with.
Anna thinks I was upset because I can see myself in him.
I see myself a bit. In
yeah, because he was just mental, wasn't he? But I don't know what it was. It was fucking weird. I mean, obviously, I'm always on the edge emotionally anyway. But this just fucking hit me like a ton of bricks, and I haven't been able to watch an episode since.
Well, I was going to say
I haven't put an episode on yet.
Yeah, it's too soon. I was going to say the good thing is he's there, the guy you know and love that you've had on repeat anyway. It's not like you were getting a fresh stream of Friends. You've been happy with that package of Friends on repeat.
Yeah.
It's finished a long time ago. And it was good enough. The fact he's dead, watch Whole 9 Yards if you need a bit of something different or something. And
it's a good film, that is.
It's all right.
It's not bad.
It's all right.
It's not bad, that isn't. It's not bad at all. But yeah, it's. I saw someone talking about it, saying that, on I think it was a podcast. It was a podcast, and they were saying that, them podcasts that people do. Fucking knobheads.
Yeah, there's attention-seeking. Fucking dickhead.
People think they're fucking
love the sound of your own voice.
Yeah.
Them.
And he said, we'll big Friends fans will go through this another 5 times now when the others start to die.
Right, yeah.
I don't know whether we will though. I don't know because I think I assume the others will just die when they're quite old.
Yeah, sort of.
Do you see what I mean? Like this was he was always going to be the one that was going to die first, wasn't he?
If one of them died young, then that would obviously.
Yeah, but I don't think we will go through that kind of thing. But
bit of a shame for him as well, obviously, because like a lot of what he seemed to think in his life was like, I don't want to identify as Chandler Bing, like
yeah.
And obviously when he died, it was like. Matthew Perry, best known as Chandler Bing in Friends, like
you get that with a lot of you get that with a lot of really really funny people who are funny in something. They're generally quite serious and depressed, aren't they?
There's a lot of depression on the stand-up.
It's like you're a clown, aren't you? You're a clown, yeah. Like I like the fucking cast of the Carry On films. They're a right bunch of miserable, depressive. Like fucking all of them were just fucked up, weren't they?
It's a really common thing, isn't it, amongst comedians to be like troubled
and like sort
needing
of
the laughs, like
and reckless as well. They're all quite reckless.
Yeah.
Look at fucking Michael Barrymore. I mean, he was fucking living life on the edge, wasn't he?
He didn't do anything. Whoever bummed and drowned that man, it wasn't Barrymore.
I didn't think we'd get on to Barrymore, but no. Do you know, I don't think
Barrymore?
I don't think he did do that. No.
Do you think is Barrymore still the standard bearer for that? You know, like, there's always that guy. It's like he's not gay. He's got a wife and kids. Michael Barrymore had a wife and kids. Like, is that still the guy you reference for that?
I think we do Schofield now. We do Schofield
is it
now.
Schofield? Of course, yeah, that would make sense. Philip Schofield had a wife and kids.
That's who we do. Or the new one. He's apparently Hugh Jackman. Apparently he's going to come out as gay.
Right,
yeah. And he's got a wife and kids, so he'll be the next one.
Hugh Jackman had a wife and kids, and he's gay.